Welcome to the Daily Parks and Rec Show. As Craig LeBlanc from the Daily Parks and Recreation Show says, parks and recreation aren't just spaces, they're the soul of our communities. Across America, parks provide more than just a scenic escape. They're places where people connect, stay active, and create lasting memories. Parks promote physical health with trails, sports fields, and playgrounds while boosting mental well-being through the calming effects of nature. Recreation programs bring communities together, offering everything from fitness classes to cultural events. And as Craig often highlights, parks also play a key role in protecting the environment and driving local economies by attracting visitors and increasing property values. Whether it's a family picnic, a weekend hike, or simply enjoying the outdoors, parks and recreation are where life happens. Want to dive deeper into the stories behind America's parks? Tune in to the Daily Parks and Recreation Show with Craig LeBlanc for inspiring insights, tips, and updates about the spaces that bring us all together.
All right, so we're live again at the ARPA 2025 State Convention with Greg. No, wait, hold on. We got to retype that. I want to make sure we get that. I'll let you type it in there. Greg was my last guest.
Oh, yeah.
You want to type your name in? It's Jay, and he's with the Tuscaloosa County. Lots of good stuff going here.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, there we go. Jay Logan.
There we go.
All right, so Jay has spent 20 years refereeing football. What age group? High school? Or?
I started, it's middle school and high school.
Yeah.
I'm a football official with the Alabama High School Athletic Association in my part-time hours when I'm not working. So really enjoy it. Saw a lot of football all over the state.
Now, how'd you get involved in refereeing? Or how old were you when you first started?
I was 25 when I started. A coworker wrote me in and said, "Hey, come to a meeting."
Volunteered you.
Yeah, voluntold me and volunteered. Voluntold. So went to a meeting one day back in March 20 years ago, man, and look back. So I enjoy it. It's just some way to give back, and we got a lot of officials all over the state, man.
Yeah. So now let's just say you've got somebody that's considering refereeing for high school. What are the perks? What are the ups and the downs? I know a lot of times these refs just get so beat up.
Man,
thankless.
It is a thankless job. And, the higher you get, you would think the more it becomes scrutinized. But I promise you, they have not seen scrutiny until they have called a youth basketball or a youth football or high school Friday night game where you live in the same community. So, you're going to see that same person, that coach or that passionate parent at the gas station or the grocery store or at church. Yeah. I've seen fellowship folks fall out of favor with each other over a bad call on a high school Friday night at church.
Wow.
Yeah, it's, but I would encourage, again, saying that to say it's a way to give back to the community that you live in.
Yeah.
Because officials,
you got to have them.
You got to have
do
them.
a game without them.
You can, but it wouldn't be a sanctioned event.
True.
You got to have them. The Alabama High School Athletic Association, I'm giving them a free plug. Ken Washington does a great job as far as director of officials. But
let me move this a little bit out of here. There we go.
Yeah, so they do a really good job. And the same way I got recruited, I encourage people to go recruit somebody.
Yeah.
Really for all sports. And then we've got a lot of women's girls sports that are emerging in the state of Alabama. And girls flag is going to be one of those sports where it is going to catch like wildfire if it hadn't already. Yes, sir.
So you've been doing that, you said, for 3 years.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit more about
Oh, man,
girls flag.
It's really, really amazing. Girls flag has been around, but the state of Alabama has sanctioned it as a sport, a high school sport. So I got the opportunity a few years ago, post-COVID. A lot of the girls in our community all over the state of Alabama want to take part in athletics, not just a traditional softball and swimming and soccer. It's girls flags, fast, sometimes can be physical, but it's an emerging sport that has taken off, man. I'm telling you. And if I was a young official, I would really look at doing any sport really, but tackle football is kind of where you can really cut your teeth. Girls flag is where you can look at refining some of the things about officiating because it's so fast. It's 7-on-7. Tackle football, I go back to it. I mean, once you determine how good an official you want to be, getting in the rule book and getting mental reps as opposed to green grass reps, that's important.
Right.
So that kind of helped me as a young official.
Right. Just to get your, feet wet.
Oh yeah. And then working in park and rec, you got a lot of hats. It's like if an official, if an official doesn't show up that day and you got a gym full of parents and players, then guess what? You're going to be officiating that night.
Oh, man.
So really that's really how it started with para. I work for the county of Tuscaloosa as an authority in our parks and rec. And that's my first experience with parks and rec was being a volunteer official at the softball field, baseball, football field. And it just kind of grew and opportunity came along and, got involved with athletics with park and rec and doing our senior active adults. The buzzword now is not seniors because they're active adults.
That's it.
55 and older is active adults.
Well, with technology moving as fast as it is.
Oh yeah. Oh man.
Like the what it means to be old just keeps getting older and older.
Older and older. That's right. Meaning we have people that are in our community in Tuscaloosa that are 60, 70, 80 that are traveling to Ireland and taking trips to wine country. So, we have a more active senior community all over the state, especially in Tuscaloosa. So just being a part of that's pretty cool. And you see a lot of the folks that when we were growing up, probably, you had a picture of a senior on the porch in a rocking chair. No, dude, they're out.
Yeah, we're getting good quality of life here.
Yeah,
I think what do they say? 60 is the new 40.
I will say that, man. 60 is probably the new 40. You tell a 60-year-old they're a senior, man, they're ready to fight.
That's it. And they probably could fight you.
They probably could fight you because they're taking CrossFit and they're doing yoga and all this other stuff.
Them yoga, but man, that yoga will knock 20 years off of you real quick.
It will. We've got a really good yoga program up in Tuscaloosa, man. But it's been a really big blessing to me just to be able to involve every day. I get to look at the youth being developed in our community, and I see athletics growing, and then the sport of officiating. It's a craft you got to get good at.
Get in shape doing it, don't you?
Yeah, you get in shape. You can't do it for the money because you don't make any. I'm telling you.
You do it for the steps.
You do it for the steps, and you can look on your watch and see how many miles you ran.
How many miles do you run in a football game?
It depends on the position. If you're a white hat, you probably won't do a lot of running. But if you're the outside guys who are engaging with the coaches on the sideline every single play, every single snap, you could get some steps in. I equate officiating, and this is just my opinion. I equate officiating as trying to read the words on a train going 30 miles an hour. Does that make sense?
Wow.
You ever tried to do that? You ever seen graffiti on the side of a train and the train's moving? That's pretty much what officiating is. It's a ballistic, but it's really short. It's short ballistic officiating where you have to look, process a play, process a key, look at the play, the entire play. And if it rises to the level of foul, then you have an administrative process to it.
Yeah.
So you got a lot of pre-snap, you got a lot of during the play, and then you got post-snap officiating.
Yeah.
So the officials at the highest level, they're really good. And I know we as the layperson, myself included, we may rag officials and dog them pretty good, but they are really good at the highest level. College and pro, they are really, really good.
Yeah.
Really high percentage rates of accuracy. And they get graded on it. And cameras are everywhere.
Now I hear that there is kind of a shortage of people that want to be an official.
Oh yeah.
Is that so? What do we do about that? Or is there anything we can?
There was the guys, what we call the gray hairs, the OGs, they're retiring out. COVID actually accelerated it because a lot of guys health wise like, look, man, I'm out. Yeah. And there's a new parent. Kids hadn't changed. The parents have changed and they've gotten a little bit more passionate. And with the institution of technology and social media, that just kind of amplifies it. And so we have seen a shortage. I know at the high school level in the last 5 years post-COVID, we are really at a shortage of just officials and just not just tackle football, but soccer and baseball and basketball and softball. Because again, a younger official a millennial or a Gen Z, however you want to, categorize them, they don't want that headache for pennies on the dollar. There's no way you could recruit younger guys and women to do that, because sometimes the parents can be passionate at the park and rec level.
Right.
And again, think about it now. You have a kid that's 16, 17, 18, high school, senior, freshman, college, want to make $20 for some gas money to get berated for 2.5 hours. You want to sign up for that? Yeah.
Sign me up.
Sign me up. Yeah, right. So that's the challenge, man. And I guess me being in that 20-year range of an official, you almost have to try to recruit every single year with the guy, because again, all your OGs they're either health wise can't do it anymore, or just like, look, I'm out, I can't do that. And so we are seeing a shortage. We really are across the state.
So if somebody wanted to get started, what do you think is just the first step?
What
would you recommend?
Great question. I would really allow them to go to the Alabama High School Athletic Association's website, or go to their local park and rec and talk to somebody in the athletic department or in the leisure services department, because the Parks and Rec division has one of the more closer relationships with officials, regardless of what sport. Think about it. Parks and Rec, we do baseball, basketball, softball, flag, tackle football.
Right.
So you already have that inroad with the local officials in that area. So if a young person came to us and said, hey, I want to officiate, great. Hey, we can get you started right now tonight.
That's it.
And then we'll do the formalities later.
Right.
So I think that will be the first step, understanding.
Just get started.
Just get started. And Park and Rec is kind of the baseline where a lot of people unknowingly cut their teeth, myself included. I didn't know I was going to be an official till I looked back and said, man, I was already doing that anyway.
Right.
Yeah. For $20 here, $20 there, just, some gas money. But now, you started enjoying it.
Yeah. And I noticed a lot of people, once they get into it, they stick with it.
Oh man. I said I was going to do 5 years, and 5 turned into 20, but I've been very fortunate. Seen some really good football, high school level across the state. Gosh. Yeah. Caught a lot of football.
Well, fantastic. Well, man, thank you for all you do.
Man, thank you for what you do. This is a great platform.
Yeah.
This is a great platform.
Well, I appreciate it. It was a passion project of mine.
Hey,
I did a podcast for the Bitcoin community. I love those guys globally. They taught me a lot about making a podcast. And the whole time I was making, I was like, I want to do a podcast for Parks and Rec.
Hey, man, you need to, as they always say, take this show on the road. I don't know what's your next stop. I don't know, but you need to keep this going, man. This is awesome.
We do a daily show every day at 12 noon Eastern, 5 days a week. And we're interviewing park directors, people like yourself, anybody in Parks and Rec.
Wow.
And so this is my full-time gig. And we've got a video editor, a social media manager, and a content distribution.
Oh, so
4 of us.
So you've already kind of got everything rolling. This thing's
I want to build it into like a 30-man true media company for Parks and Recreation, to where we almost have like our own TV channel. I haven't seen this done. And so, and this is, we started this in December, and we just, as of January, we were supposed to be this was kind of a trial period. I don't know how big we can get this. Let's wait till the 100th episode, and it's already exploding. We're only 35 episodes in.
What are some of the topics that you would normally cover?
So we kind of poll the audience, and we're like, what content do y'all feel like needs content around? And so a big one was maintenance, anything to do with field maintenance, your park maintenance, your pool maintenance, anything at all. So we're going to do in February, starting every Monday, call it Maintenance Monday.
Oh man, that's awesome, because you will probably see a common thread, regardless of, I don't care what state across America. Money's the answer. What's the question? Money's the answer. What's the question? Because everybody's always trying to either improve what they have, or at least keep it maintained. And sometimes you fall behind, not purposely. It's just, the dollars don't stretch as far as the capacity, demand starts to outpace the maintenance.
Well, and so that's another topic is grant writing, how to get non-taxing, you got your regular revenue streams. What about all these other pockets of money that people have? I mean, of all the parks departments, some have truly mastered, out of network funding. And some are just learning. So if we can highlight the success stories, then create a network where they can have access to it.
Man, did you work in Park and Rec?
No, so I actually manufactured LED lights for a big industry in Louisiana,
Yeah.
and that led to street lights, and then eventually that light right there was our big showstopper. Maintenance departments just loved that thing because you didn't have to redo the whole field. You just got 5 lights out, and these things last like 100,000 hours. So
Well,
it's like a 40-year light.
I'm gonna give a description to the people. They can't see it. It's about the size of a basketball, I guess, circumference wise, and it looks like a mini sun. It's got a lot of small LED lights in it. Yeah, it'll probably
That thing will light up your world.
Yeah,
It is. It's made to replace that workhorse, which was the metal halide, the big glass
the big
bowl.
glass bowl. Yeah.
I was actually a master electrician, the 3rd generation, and so that's what I grew up in, and in engineering, lighting engineering, and but kind of got out of that business. And I call this light. That's our Girl Scout cookie. So you know how the Girl Scouts, they're not in the cookie business, but they sell $800 million.
That's right. That's right.
And so this is how we fund our show, is just, selling our Girl Scout cookie, our LED light. And then another thing that we're doing to fundraise for this is cities are reaching out to us to create little explainer, just like these little 60-second clips.
Oh, yeah.
We'll make that for a city. Or if they have like a special event, like a big 4th of July event, they'll say, hey, can you make me a little 60-second from, like, absolutely, when we'll use all the proceeds to make the show even bigger and better and hire more content creators.
You got to keep it local, though. I don't want you to get to where you got 60 people and all of a sudden you turn into this conglomerate.
What I'd like to do is have, my next push is to have like a little camera crew. I live right by LSU.
Oh, yeah.
In Baton Rouge. And so they have a great school of journalism. And so we want to have internships where they were like, hey, we're going to Alabama. We want to record the whole thing.
Yeah.
Normally I have a producer with me. When I went to the one in Kentucky, Nate came and helped me do a lot of production and stuff. But the goal is just build a really high quality megaphone and voice for Parks and Recreation.
Oh, yeah.
Because the other topic, like you're asking what topics we cover, is just highlighting this as a career path.
Yeah.
Because this is still what we call a discovery major, which means you didn't even know this thing existed as a career path. And you figure it out years into your education. And so we want to take it out of that discovery major and pull it into, no, I'm going into Parks and Rec as a high schooler.
Yes.
And I'm going to that university because they have a great program.
Yeah.
And we want to play our role in doing that.
Man, you've got a really big platform now, because a lot of people who may be listening, and again, people don't think about Park and Rec because it's almost like when you turn your water on, you just expect it to be there.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of people that work behind the scenes, and they work these crazy hours, myself included. So when people are at home at 5, a Park and Rec person will probably be working till 9, 10 o'clock.
The message I'd love to send is I can tell you, high schoolers, people that are looking to make an impact and make a difference in their community and really affect little kids' life or the beauty of their community.
Right.
They don't even see Parks and Recreation as like the flagship to do all that.
No, it's the
place to be.
It's the place to be. And it's kind of like the jumping starting point.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, all the people who have kind of excelled in their community at whatever level, either had some experience in Park and Rec, either went to a green space, a community pocket park, whatever that looks like. It's amazing how intertwined Parks and Recreation is with communities, regardless.
Oh, I mean, think of family reunions, birthday parties.
Oh, yeah.
How many grandparents have pushed their kids on which swing?
Yeah.
Which park did they go spend time on this playground equipment? I mean, where else do you have multi-million-dollar playground equipment in your backyard?
In your backyard.
And so I think a lot of people just are not connecting the dots outside the industry.
Right.
And so this isn't something that Parks and Recreation doesn't have ambition to affect community. They are currently affecting community. And have been for a century.
A century, yeah. Hey, man, Park and Rec is the great equalizer, meaning doesn't really have any racial barriers, socioeconomic, because again, kids actually start socializing young, either at a park, if it's a playground at a school, if it's a playground in a community. And more often than that I care to even talk about now, but we don't need to politicize Parks and Rec. We just don't. We don't need to politicize.
It's our common ground.
It's a common ground.
It is a common
It's
ground.
that great equalizer.
Right.
Everybody knows the green grass should be like Switzerland.
Yeah.
It should be like neutral.
And I tell you, I used to walk every day, every morning when I did the Bitcoin Daily Show.
Yeah.
It was from my time, it was from 7 to 9. And I would walk the whole show in City Park in New Orleans, which is one of the most gorgeous parks, I think, on earth. And I can't tell you how many times I would see people proposing to their bride at that park, all these lifetime events or just picnics. And I'm like, so I got to, the whole time I was making the daily Bitcoin show, I was doing it in a park every day. And I'd see the yoga people and the runners clubs and all the events. And I'm like, okay, this is God telling me I need to do what I'm doing right now for Parks and Recreation.
Yeah, because you name these groups, and it's just like that in Tuscaloosa. You got the yoga group, you got the CrossFit group, you got the dog group, you got the I want to play disc golf. Yeah. Or we just want to hang out.
And then the Latino, let me tell you, the Latin culture, especially the ones that are not, they're not from America. This is their first time in the first generation in America.
Yeah.
And so you would hear that some people might complain about our park system's not this, it's not that. I wish we had this. Their culture, they're like, we'll take it exactly how it is. This is more than we've ever had.
Absolutely.
They love it. And then I don't know if you've been much in City Park, but the Black culture there, it's like their Sunday living room.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody just leaves their house and goes barbecues at City Park. Any Sunday, pick a Sunday.
It needs to be like that though, man.
Yeah.
I don't think I've experienced that in Louisiana. I would like to.
Oh my God. Anytime you want to come to New Orleans, come on.
Right now it's Mardi Gras. Everybody gearing up for Mardi Gras down there now. Oh man, you just had snow down there.
That's when that was the first time in a couple hundred years that we had that kind of snow.
I mean, and it was snowing, but it was like,
it wasn't none of this ice or sleet. No, this was a snowflake.
And leave it to the good folks in Louisiana to let you know this is how they party in snow.
Oh yeah,
they're not going to let the natural element stop it.
It didn't slow Bourbon Street down.
No, we all saw it all over the country. We were envious. The people up north were like, "Well, why are they making a big deal?" Because it doesn't.
We don't need any excuse to party.
Oh, it doesn't need an excuse to party. Sun's out, fun's out.
That's right. As long as the Earth is spinning, there's something going on in the world.
That's it, man.
Well, man, thank you so much. This has been a pleasure.
And enjoy it, man. I like what you're doing. Keep doing it. If I can give you one word of advice, keep saying that message.
Thank you. That means a lot.
Keep saying the message, man, because a lot of people, this is just the way you're talking about Park and Rec in this space.
Yeah,
nobody's doing it. So, man,
it needs to happen, because I can tell you, we need more funding for our parks to be able to just don't change. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah,
people in parks, you're doing a great job. Keep it up.
Keep it up.
keep
it up. I know it seems like nobody's giving you an attaboy, but I'm giving you an attaboy. Keep doing it. You're making an impact.
Oh, well, thank you so much.
Yeah. Keep doing it, man.
Yep. All right, man.
Thank you.
Let's see. We'll click it here.
Welcome to the Daily Parks and Rec Show. Today, we'll discuss how Parks and Recreation improve the well-being of our communities. These spaces promote healthy living, foster connections, and support local economies. Parks encourage active lifestyles by offering areas for walking, running, and cycling, while also improving mental health by reducing stress and boosting mood. They also strengthen communities by providing gathering spaces for local events, social interactions, and recreational programs. Economically, parks contribute over $140 billion annually. They support businesses, create jobs, and even raise property values, benefiting both the community and local economy. Parks are accessible to everyone, with inclusive programs for all ages and abilities, ensuring everyone can enjoy these spaces. You can help support parks by volunteering, donating, or simply visiting. Every action ensures parks thrive for future generations. Thank you for watching the Daily Parks and Rec Show. Follow us for more insights on how parks enhance our communities.